Oh, behave.
I think that Meghan has been watching my videos. What do you guys think? Because she's been, but my hat is nicer. I can tell you that. She would kill to have my hat. You can buy this in Masaya, the market here in Nicaragua. They make them for you. You can choose whichever design. They're cheap. But, I think she would kill, and I think she's been watching. What do you guys think? Okay, kidding aside. I wanted to do this because I've been called a Karen by many, 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 many people on a daily basis through emails. Okay, and even in the comments, I get them. So I wanted to investigate what a Karen is. So a Karen is a white woman who feels more entitled and demanding beyond a reasonable scope, and who uses white privilege to get her own way. My very humble opinion, Meghan Markle she's a white woman who has been using her husband's royal white privilege to get into all the circles she couldn't herself get into through talent. What do you guys think? Let's watch the video. This thing at this restaurant happened in 2017 when she was just dating Harry. Now, for people who say Meghan is black, no, she's not black. She's mixed race. She's a white woman of mixed race background. That's what truly her definition is. Okay? She's biracial. She's a white-skinned woman with biracial heritage. Would you call her kids black? And you know what's the worst part of it all? That the black community reacts in horror when people even hint that her kids could be black. Okay? So, yeah, I was thinking about that people call me a Karen, even though I am not Caucasian. I am not of white race, but I'm fair skinned. I have white skin. Not as white as Meghan. Okay? Now, unlike Meghan, I have always, even though I was born in Nicaragua, and I've always been very proud of that fact, and I've always identified with the culture here, as flawed as it may be. I've always identified with it. I've always been proud of it. I've always been proud of my faulty speaking Spanish, because we Nicaraguans are, people make fun of our Spanish because we're quite colorful. I love Latin. Even though I lived in Canada, I lived all over the place. It's something that I've always identified and be very proud of. Meghan, on the other hand, had called herself Caucasian at every turning point in her life. She has never, ever, ever related to the black culture. She even herself said that she was too white to relate to the black culture. So she fits the mold of a Karen because she herself calls herself white. She is entitled and demanding beyond the reasonable scope, and she uses her white privilege to get her own way. When she was just dating Harry, she didn't even know how things were going to pan out. She was already using that relationship to get her own wage and to get into her advantage. She was already exploiting the benefits of that relationship, whether it ended up in marriage or not. This is why the maitre d' said, it's a big fucking deal, basically. So that's who a Karen is. Meghan Markle is the complete definition of a Karen, who feels entitled, who now looks down upon all the women on deal or no deal because they remain in the show. Some of them are even proud and love the fact that they participated on that show because they went on to positive things. Okay? But it is really telling that Meghan Markle is not ashamed nor embarrassed nor calls out on the subsequent things that she went to do, which were far more denigrating than simply wearing a nice little dress and nice makeup. It is also a point to talk about that she had to spray tan on Deal or No Deal to look dark. Okay? So, the definition of a Karen is that white entitled, as a white woman who feels entitled and demanding beyond the scope of what is normal and uses her white privilege to get her own way. Right now we have that on Meghan. I just want to correct a little thing because many people say, oh, our princess Meghan was walking and people came face to face with real royalty. No, Meghan is not real royalty. Meghan married a royal, and they are no longer royals. They're no longer royals. Harry pretty soon hopefully will lose his title, but they're no longer royals. Meghan Markle has never been a royal. Meghan is married to a royal. If you're married to the president of the United States, does that make you the president of the United States? No, it makes you his first lady. If you're married to the CEO of Apple, the company Apple, does that make you the CEO of a company Apple, the high-paying executive? No, it makes you the wife of the CEO. If you're married to the owner of a company, does that make you the co-owner? No, it makes you the wife of the owner of the company, unless, of course, the husband gave you stock options and now you're also the owner of that company. So Meghan Markle is not a royal. She's never been and she never will. She's an American grifter who can't believe her lies paid off. That's what Meghan Markle is. And who's a D-lister with a bucket list on people to get even with for perceived slights in her mind, and who feels she's in a position of power, which she's really not. Meghan Markle is not in any position of power, and it's rapidly declining, okay? So now people are saying that the reason why I'm bringing this up is because on a daily basis, I get about 40, 50 emails, I assume from, Black Americans or Black people, calling me a racist, calling me a Karen. So let's dig in a little bit in that. I don't use my white privilege or anything because I have none. And I am Latino too. So, and in fact, I've always identified more in that way. And Canadian, I've always, and Meghan hasn't. People are making a big deal that Meghan Markle went out for a walk with her friend. I was kind of expecting to see a Black friend walking around with her doing the shopping in Montecito, given the fact that Montecito has only about 8,000 people and there's only less than 0.01% Black people there. You will hardly ever see a Black person shopping. It's not a place where Black people go to shop. No, who was Meghan Markle walking around with if not the whitest of them all? I mean, this girl could be Scandinavian for all, Not that we're looking about it. All of our staff, if not most of it, is white. I think they just hire somebody who is Hindu or something like that. But most of the staff that they have at Archwell is white. This woman doesn't hang out with Black people. As she said, she can't relate to Black people. Yet you all defend her. So she is a Karen by the definition. If you look at her, she's white. If you look at her, she lives white. If you look at her, she calls herself white. Her children are white. Her lifestyle is white. And she makes demands and she feels entitled beyond the scope of what's reasonable. Just because she married Harry doesn't mean that she's entitled to the things that she thinks she is. And what is worse, it says from before that she was, even when she was just dating him and she didn't know when or where those things were going to, where things were going to go, because she didn't know until she forced the situation on him. But he bit the bullet, so he has to swallow it. So yeah. So now we have Meghan Markle living white life, being white, being entitled, demanding. Now people are going to come at me, and I know I'm going to get those emails where they say, no, because she's mixed race and you don't understand the one-drop rule. If we go by the one-drop rule, the Queen is just as Black as Meghan Markle. Harry is just as Black as Meghan Markle because they have two Black queens direct descending from the Queen. Yeah, the Queen is descendant of Black queens. So if we go by the one-drop rule, the Queen is Black, Harry's Black. So that doesn't apply. We have to call things by their names. Meghan is a Karen. We should call her Karen Markle because she is, according to her behavior and according to the definition. something was bothering me when I saw her get in the car. Of course, it was Bad Grid who was tipped to come and get the pictures. And only one pap showed. She called 4. Only one showed. This is why you only hear one camera clicking away. Now, you don't hear the pap saying, here, Meghan, here, Meghan. Why? Because they have an agreement. It really, from a security standpoint of view, she should have gotten in from the sidewalk into the car. That's the safest route. No, she makes a big deal of slowly walking around onto the sidewalk. And she hinders her security guy because she's not supposed to open the door. For example, if somebody had attacked her, the way that she was in there, that blocked her because she should be able to go in there clean into the car. But no, she had to walk all the way around, get into the bodyguard. She had to get in front of the bodyguard, you see, because the bodyguard should have gone around, opened the door, and let her in. But had he done that, he would have blocked her pap shot. The paparazzi taking the pictures. You understand what I'm talking about? When she went around, the pap had to get in front, open the door, and move with the door. But then he would have completely blocked her view, the photographer view from taking the shots. So this is why the pap, if you look, stands back and lets her almost try to open the door and go in. So she has as many pictures taken as possible. That's what's happened there. Only one pap showed, and this is already prearranged. She much rather put her safety in danger in order to get the shot. Okay? Now, the reason why I'm talking about this, guys, is because I am sick and tired of people saying that Meghan Markle is in danger. Let's face it, the United States is way more dangerous than the United Kingdom in terms of, everyday shooting, everyday violence. And I don't mean that with any disrespect, but you guys know it's true. But this is where things are at with Meghan Markle. Now, I did a little video, and I've done quite a few shorts, and I actually went on Claudia Jordan's Twitter account because I was incensed when it came to the point that she says, oh, I know that she suffered racism, and the racism was forced on her because she married Harry. We know what she went through, and we know it's horrible. But when it comes to Deal or No Deal, no. Do you see how these, D-list celebrities, because Claudia Jordan, Patricia Cara, they're nice ladies and everything, but nobody knows who they are, right? We have to Google them. They're D-list celebrities, they're making a living, good for them, They jumped to the defense of the most superficial show, one of the most superficial shows on earth, Deal or No Deal, because they needed to defend it because it was dear to them. And they're calling Meghan Markle out, but they don't want to say she's a liar because they don't want to invalidate everything everybody else who she's trashed is okay, except Deal or No Deal. So look at these D-list celebrities jumping at the defense, even Whoopi Goldberg jumping at the defense of Deal or No Deal, because it's dear to them. Meghan Markle attacked an American show. Yet everybody is going behind, has her back when it comes to attacking a very respectable institution that actually does a lot of charitable work around the world and is very important. I know many people say I get incensed and, oh, take it easy, Paula. But no, I have worked in diplomatic circles. I have worked there. I've been there. And I can tell you that the reputation, it means a lot. It means a lot. What Meghan Markle and Harry did, it was actually create a lot of tension. They're still doing that because we still have people, D-list celebrities, and and former A-list celebrities like Whoopi Goldberg, still sticking to their guns that Meghan suffered racism at the hands of the royal family, the monarchy, and I make the distinction, the royal family, the monarchy, the staff that works in the monarchy who were bullied and abused by her. And this has been in all the books, and she hasn't contested. There's even been an investigation, which of course will not be published, to protect her. Karen Markle used her white privilege in order to commit perjury in the UK courts. Was she punished for it? Because this is blatant perjury. Karen Markle used her white privilege to get into Oprah Winfrey. Because Oprah Winfrey would have never looked at her as, she didn't know who she was 35 years. For 35 years, Oprah didn't know who Meghan Markle was. Meghan Markle used her white privilege, her husband's white royal privilege, to access all of these people. That's what Meghan Markle is doing. She's using Harry's royal white privilege to get everywhere where she couldn't get on her own merit. So, if she's not the ultimate Karen, I don't know who that is. So, if B-list celebrities take pride on being part of the superficial TV show, and Whoopi Goldberg and all other celebrities are coming out and speaking out, why are they criticizing people who love an institution, who is a cultural part, who's an integral part of their nation identity, and Meghan Markle has slandered and lied about with impunity? Why is it not okay for Meghan Markle to lie about that TV superficial show, but it's okay for her to lie and say the worst slurs about people who welcomed her? Why? And I'm asking this for real. Why can't the people of the United Kingdom be applauded for defending their institution that represents them? Why are they being vilified while the people who are defending a TV show are being applauded for? Can you please answer that? Because I would like to know. I would like to know why a superficial TV show it's more important than an institution that represents a whole nation that Meghan slandered. And the most important question of it all, do you think that Meghan Markle is the ultimate Karen or not?